the employees or the laborers are moving here and there where there is no productivity. Such time is called idle time. Certain raw materials are there which is not going to be for long run. For that reason, that has to be converted into finished goods. Under time rate system, we see that in such a way where quality of work is more important than quantity. Up to 83% of capacity of each and every laborer, he will be getting normal. Warm welcome to second sem BComs. In the subject we're discussing fundamentals of cost accounting. In our previous session, we discussed about what are the reasons are there for the labor turnover. So what is labor cost and how to control the labor cost by the organization, how it supports. I'm Professor Rajesh L.R. from Department of Commerce and Management from Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Labor cost, whenever we say that, it is plays a very important role in the fixation of price for the product. If the organization has not controlled the cost of labor properly, tomorrow the cost of the product may be high and the selling price of the product may be too high where they can't survive in the market for long run. For that reason, we are going to discuss the concept in such a way and in simple way which is better for the organization to continue for their fixation of prices, which method if they adopt it is better for them. In our previous session, we've discussed about classification, that is direct labor and indirect labor. What were the causes of labor turnover when there is a dissatisfaction or misunderstanding between the top level management and the employees or laborers, and even dissatisfaction for non-payment of wages or the payment of wages what they are making. When there is a difference of payment of wages between one labor to other laborer, so definitely there will be more labor turnover in the organization. Now, we are going to discuss here how to reduce that one. So, how many methods are there to measure that one? What is overtime and why it is required? So what are the disadvantages are there? And finally, we're going to enter into methods of remuneration. There is nothing but the wages, what we are going to pay, how many different types of incentive schemes are there, we're going to discuss. Now, first part here, how to reduce that one and control the labor turnover. First of all, devising a suitable and satisfactory wage policy. So based on the requirement in the present scenario, which policy is good for adopting by the organization for their business process and even for the employees, it is better. Check that one. Based on that, just fix the wages for the laborers, for semi-skilled and skilled laborer, unskilled laborers. Now, for all these three categories, if you fix proper wages, then nobody will leave the organization, providing financial and non-financial benefit for the laborers whenever, wherever, and whenever it is required. They have to think that when, even though I didn't inform anything, but the management or the organization has been supported by providing financial support for me at this point of time, so which has satisfied my certain needs. So now, if I do like that, definitely the laborers will be there still the last breath in the organization. They work for the organization thinking that it is our organization, so we have to work for the organization and for the purpose of growth in the market and having the better name and fame in the market. Like this, they think in a different way. When we support for them, definitely there'll be no issues at all. Providing working condition conducive to health and efficiency means providing a proper healthy environment within the organization. Definitely the labor turnover is going to reduce here. Providing promotional opportunities, encouraging labor participation in management, introduction of effective grievance procedure, strengthening the welfare measures means there are plenty of things are there which supports the organization, support the laborers, motivate them, and identify, just give an appreciation. Definitely they may. And if any person is involved in the activities of decision making, so appreciate him. Don't demotivate him and don't discourage him. Automatically, it's going to lead for negative aspects. Now, what are the methods are there? Separation method we have, replacement method we have, flux method we have. So now, there are plenty of methods are there where we can control the labor in such a way that there will be no issues at all. So first we have to think in a positive way, then we have to decide how to reduce the turnover of labor in the organization by providing all types of facilities for the laborers. The next part we have here, idle time. Idle time is a time where the laborers are not working and there will be no productional activities at all in the organization, where during the official work or working hours, the employees or the laborers are moving here and there, where there is no productivity. Such time is called idle time. So now, why did idle time has been arised? How the idle time has been arised here? What was the need? And then they say that I couldn't complete my task because of more pressurized work. Since from morning I'm doing, but morning to evening they'll be working only, but in certain times they'll be using the official working hours for their personal work, or they'll be sitting quiet. Later they say that I have huge pressure of work on my shoulder. I'm not free now. I'm busy now. And they say that I need overtime. In the working hours, they have not had the productivity. Later, if they sit and do the same type of productive work after the working hours, that is called overtime. That is not required in the organization. Overtime is required when even after completion of 8 hours of work, the work has been not completed, so the work should be extended for another 1 hour, 2 hours. Then it is required for, not for unnecessarily and simply wasting the time and making use of overtime wages for their needs. That is not proper way of utilizing the overtime. In majority of the organization, during 8 hours job, they'll be sitting almost 2 to 3 hours idle. And later, after 8 hours, they sit and start doing the work for till night, 9:30, 10 o'clock. And they say that today I worked for more than 3.5 hours at the OT. So I need the wages, double wages. Instead of that, the organization has to monitor and they have to control why the overtime is required. What was the necessity was there? Whether really overtime was required or not, then it can control the cost of the labor. If simply or unnecessarily they are paying the wages, then it's going to be burdened on the shoulder of the organization. The idle time may occur or productive or administrative or economic causes. What is the cause actually? Either it may be for administrative work or some issues in the administration, there was no productivity. So that's okay. But simply moving from the working area and spending the time in the cafeteria or in other departments where friends or relatives are working in the same organization, spending time over there during productivity time, that time is called idle time. So that should be reduced and that should be deducted. And for that period of time, wages should not be paid by the organization. What is the need we have here? When there is more demand in the market, the units has to be supplied tomorrow morning without any issues. So then I require the employees or the laborers have to work for another 3 to 4 hours extra. When we have immediate requirement or necessity is there, we require overtime. When there is a shortfall of number of employees in the organization and the goods has to be sent to the customers at that time, overtime is required. Utilization of perishable raw material by working overtime means certain raw materials are there which is not going to be for long run. For that reason, that has to be converted into finished goods by working overtime. Whenever it is required for the purpose of the conversion, immediately at that time, we have to take overtime, not every time when there is no requirement of additional time to work in the organization. When there is a shortage of equipments, at that time they have to work for additional hours, or else it is not required. Now, lack of administrative control on workers on account of which the production during normal hours remains less than the standard output, and overtime work has to be done by the workers. They're saying that when the administrative department is not controlling properly during actual working hours and the standard what they have fixed here, at that time the overtime may be required, and during that time they have to take the work from the employees, and later they have to say if it's going to continue in the same manner from next time onwards, the wages will be not paid for the additional hours whatever they worked, because this is not required for the organization to work for more than 8 hours by an employee. That's sufficient. It was enough for us, but there was no emergency of delivery, or there was no additional order, or there was no necessity of shortage of equipment or workers, or any other issues was not there. So if you work more than 8 hours, we are going to pay only for 8 hours, not for the additional. So it was your mistake where you're not working properly and you're not planned properly your required work to be completion, the task which has been given for you. Number of workers left during a period, average number of workers during the period, number of workers left plus number of workers replaced, average number of workers. They're saying that one. How they consider means here, what is the number of workers required for the present process of work, and how many additional units have been received order. For that, how many workers required on an average basis. At that time, we need overtime, or else overtime is not at all required in the organization. Now, what are the disadvantages are they? Work efficiency is reduced. Means they never work properly and they always work later after official hours or office hours. Then they say, this is my overtime. You have to pay me wages, because during office hours, they'll get 1 rupee. The same work if they do after office hours, they'll be getting 2 rupees. That's 1 plus 1, double the wages, what we're going to call here. For that reason, to get the benefit of that one, so what they'll do, morning official hours, 1 rupee, plus 2, 3 rupees they'll get. So in this 3 rupees, they can enjoy. What the example I'm giving, if a person is getting 5,000 per day, if he works for overtime, so 5,000, if he works for additional 4 hours, 2.5 means 5. So per day he's going to get 10,000. Instead of 5,000, he'll be getting 10,000. So where I can get easily 3 lakhs salary from the organization, where I can satisfy all my needs and I can enjoy like anything. That should not be there in the mindset of the employees. Workers' health is adversely affected. So now the quality of the output is affected. The cost of production rises due to increased labor cost. So what are the disadvantage we have here? Workers' health is going to adversity. It is going to, now a person working for 8 hours is only more. If he works for 12 hours, 13 hours, so obviously his health issues is going to start, and definitely he can't provide the quality of work what it is required by the management. And even for this, the cost of the product will be too high. So definitely it is going to give effect on the other concept. That's the reason they think the cost of production rises due to increased labor cost. Means normal wages plus additional wages for overtime. So if we are paying double, so automatically the cost of the labor will be increased here. What are the methods we have here? The first method we have here, time rate system. Under time rate system, we see that in such a way where quality of work is more important than quantity. That's saying that one. Here, we are going to fix the standards in such a way that one and never give the options or in a different way of thinking mindset for the people in such a way that one where they have to say the person has taken the right decision. Like that, I want to be here. They should not say that when the person has taken a wrong decision here. For this work, he has given 15 hours where it can be completed within 2 hours. But the quality of work, the finishing touch-up of that will be more and more and more satisfied for the consumers. Even they are ready to pay even additional amount for the work what they have done here. That is required for me. I should not compromise with other concepts. Now, where output cannot be measured in quantitative terms, they're saying that one, we should never measure the number of units produced by laborer. Instead of that one, what is the quality of work is done for the required process of work at the time of conversion of raw material into finished goods. Where work is done on a small scale so that close supervision is possible. So now for the supervisor, it will be very much better for that because they can monitor each and everything and they can control easily the work, whatever it is going on in the organization. Where the worker is learner or an apprentice. I mean, they're saying that one, whether is a trainer, means is getting trained to work in the organization, or whether just now is started to learn the concepts in the process of conversion. If anybody is there at that time, so we can say the wages will be paid for you on the basis of time, how much you have invested in conversion of raw material into finished goods, not on the number of hours what you work or number of units what you produce. Means they say that one, not on the piece rate, only on the hourly basis system, the wages will be paid here. Next, we have here piece rate system. Based on the number of units, whatever they're going to produce, the wages will be paid for the employees. Now, next we have here various incentive schemes over here. The first incentive scheme, what we have here, I'll say premium plan. Here they're saying that one, in the system, the standard time is fixed here for each job. Wages are paid for actual time spent on the job, and bonus or premium is paid on in a fixed proportion to time saved. The formula here, total earnings equals time rate into time taken plus 50 by 100 into time saved into time rate. This is the formula. Means whatever the time we are paying for 1 hour and how much time is taken, with that benefit of 50 bonus will be given, 50% of time saved into time rate. This is the, I'll say, premium plan, this formula. And next we have here, I'll say plan where the same formula here, total earnings equals time rate into time taken plus 30 by 100 into time saved into time rate. This is the formula as per Alcivar plan. But examination point of view, this is very important. So go through this one and wait. In the upcoming classes, we're going to solve the problems based on this formula. And next we have Rohan plan. Rohan plan says that one, total earnings equals time rate into time taken plus we have here time rate into time taken divided by time saved into time allowed. So now this is a formula what we have here. So this is according to Rohan plan and this is according to ALSE plan, where we are going to solve problems on these two formulas, go through properly. Based on this, the problems will be there in the examination for 10 marks or 15 marks. Next, we have here Taylor's differential base rate plan here. Based on that, they're going to pay the wages, and here there is no guaranteed wages. They're saying that one, there is no guaranteed wages, but standard time is set for each job here. Say up to 83%, they'll get normal base rate. What they're saying that one, up to 83% of capacity of each and every laborer, he will be getting normal. From 83% to 100%, he will be getting 110% of normal base. Means if wages is 100 plus 10% of 100, so it will be 100 plus 10, so 110 will be given for the person. If it is above 100% capacity, he will be getting 120% of normal base rate. So this is the condition what we have under Merrick's differential base rate system. Emerson efficiency plan we have here is the same thing. It starts from 66 2/3%, where based on that there is going to get the normal wages, and then above that one 66 2/3 to 100%, you'll be getting bonus is increases in steps as rises to 20% at 100% efficiency. Over 100%, 20% bonus plus 1% bonus for each increase of 1% of efficiency. So they're saying that one, you'll be getting additional bonus 20% for every 1% of bonus for each increase in the 1% of efficiency. Means if I work for 100 plus 25, so I'll be getting additional bonus of 1% for each efficiency. Means I'll be getting 25% additional bonus from here in this case. Next we have Gantt task bonus plan. Here the wages are paid on time basis. The output will be, if they're saying that one, if the below standard payment at the time rate. When output is at standard, payment at time rate plus 20% bonus. When output is above standard, payment at higher base rate. So they're saying that one, here normal plus bonus, here normal plus high rate will be given. Next we have here B point premium plan. In this plan, standard time of each job is determined in minutes, known as British points or B's1. 1B unit represents the amount of work which an average worker can do in 1 minute. They're saying that one, we are going to identify what is the actual time can be taken by any person for the conversion of raw material to finished goods in minutes. They're going to calculate. That is the point they're going. Based on that, it will be paid the wages here. And next we have here, may be adopted in the following circumstances. Means where it is not possible to measure the performance of each individual worker. Where workers constituting a group possess the same or equal efficiency and skill. Where the number of workers constituting a group is not very large. When production is dependent on collective effort of group of workers as whole. In this concept, what they're saying that where we can't adopt this type of schemes means when in the organization certain group people are there, what they say, whatever the wages has been paid for, assume that there are 25 laborers are there, whatever paid for A, that should be paid for remaining employees who are there in the 25 list, or else we're not going to agree and will not work in the organization. Or where the organization is totally dependent on this employees, definitely they have to pay the actual whatever they're paying for the first person. They can't say that one, based on your efficiency, based on your involvement, I'm going to payment. They'll say that one, a tata goodbye and not work in the organization. What you want, you do it that one. This should not happen in the organization. In the upcoming session, we are going to discuss types of group bonus plan, formula, and incentive schemes. Thank you and namaste for all second sem BCom students. In today's session, we have just discussed about the labor turnover causes, reflection, and in such a way that how to reduce that one and get benefited for the organization, and what are the schemes are there which can be introduced in the organization.